Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Games Industry Executive Summary. This is Casey, and with me, of course, is the analyst Manu Rosier. Welcome on board, Manu.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. I will remind the listeners and the viewers, please like, subscribe, comment, leave questions, things, please, anything that would help us greatly. And of course, if you want to subscribe to the only newsletter you need, then go to guysweekly.substack.com. Today is just me and you, Manu. No Dave. He has some business to attend to. And
We don't.
oh yeah, we have too much time on our hands.
Exactly.
Before we talk about business and the world and
hmm
are there any new Legos? Are there any new adventures? Are there any new? Did you read the news, by the way, on Pokemon Lego stuff?
One of the recent build.
That is the Fortnite banana dude.
Really? Yeah.
Nice. That is awesome.
Yeah, I saw. I posted that also. The finally, Pokemon is maybe not stuck with.
Mega Blocks.
Yeah,
Or Mega.
exactly. Something interesting also. I saw Legos. They're gonna release the gamepad of the Mega Drive as a gift. So let me
The
check.
gamepad of the Mega Drive. Okay, like the Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah.
The console, you mean? Like
The Genesis controller. Yes.
I, okay, that's
Which is cool.
interesting. Like
Yeah,
we're talking
because
about
they've
the one that
done.
looks like a boomerang almost. Okay.
And yeah, also for those of you who are interested, Sony is re-releasing their gamepad. What's the name of it?
Wait,
The
with the robot, you mean?
the DualSense with the robot also.
So here's what was confusing me about that one. I didn't understand. Was there a screen or was there no screen on it?
No, there is no screen. No,
So
obviously.
what the fuck is the point then?
What do
Because
you mean?
because on the trailer it looks amazing that there's these
Ah,
eyes on the
ah,
screen or on the touchpad, right?
yeah.
But you're telling me there's no LCD screen or anything.
I don't
So
think so. And the new version of the controller, which was out of stock, has a different eyes. Has different eyes. So I think there's no like open eyes, or there is a difference. That's the difference. So the original one will still be a very collector item, while this one is a second version.
this is okay. So what's the name of the character again? I forgot the name of the character.
Astrobot.
Thank you. I'll show you that one, and then we can so you can really clarify that for me. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, I do want to just ask you quickly. So this is confirmed. The Lego Pokemon
Yeah,
sets are coming,
yeah.
and the biggest news I think for the past week was that they will be reaching like $600 or something like that for one of the biggest ones. Okay.
Good. Curious. I don't know what it could be. What could be that big? Because I even have like a Ultimate Series Pikachu is probably not 6,000 parts. It could be an arena. It could be some place, some location. I'm not that familiar with the game. I don't know if there's like a typical village like you would have, or a temple like you would have for Zelda.
Oh
So I'm
yeah.
not sure about that. But we are talking 6,000 parts. It's bigger than Rivendell, for example, the Lord of the Rings set. It's really heavy.
It has to be a Pikachu, a big ass Pikachu,
Life-size Pikachu.
a life size Pikachu. That would be huge.
About the price, I'm fine because we're just gonna get the Death Star for $1,000. So
Oh yeah, I mean we do have that one, right? So how about so let me just go back to this thing then.
yeah,
Explain. So this is not a screen. Like these eyes are not. What's up with this
no,
controller? I still haven't figured that out yet.
no, I don't think it's a screen. I mean, I would be very surprised if it's a screen. It's just a normal, and the price is also the same. I mean, it's not for sale, that one, obviously, anymore. But they have a second version that they've just announced.
So there's another version to this.
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference then?
The eyes.
Okay, so it's just different eyes. That's it.
Yes. But no, it's just available again because I missed it and I want it and my kid want it and we want it
Oh,
again. We want
now I see.
another opportunity to buy it, you know?
Now I see. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now I'm connecting the dots. But it's just I feel like it's a missed opportunity that they didn't have like an LCD screen.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. If somebody's listening, please make that happen.
Speaking of that,
LCD screens.
yeah, have you seen that one?
What is there something happening in the LCD side of the world? Let's see. So as you're shooting me something here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it.
Oh yeah, that's the Genesis controller you were speaking about, or was there something else?
Maybe a mini monitor.
A new monitor. Okay,
A mini monitor.
a mini monitor. So th- this is an official Lego release of the Sega Genesis controller, the one that looks like a boomerang. For those who don't remember. Oh, that's cute. That was really cute. On the back side, there's this small level, a Sonic level. $130. So this is pretty big. Though.
No, read again.
Oh, but okay, sorry. Wait a second. It's not available to buy like any
No,
normal. So what's the catch here?
it's a gift if you purchase for $150 of other Legos or
Oh,
$130 of other Legos. Probably some team related.
but it's not tied to a specific country or something like that.
To a what?
There's no like it's not attached or exclusive to a certain country or something like that.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So I
Wait, I'm
guess
just trying to find.
you'll pick up some Pokemon stuff at the same time, and you'll get that one for free.
Yeah, let me
Okay.
just try to find what I'm
While you
looking
do
for.
that,
Yes, the
I will
Corsair. Is it
explain.
Corsair?
I'm building a computer, by the way. So I'm changing sides again. I used to be a AMD guy. I went to Intel in the last generation, and this is so I'm upgrading from a computer that I built 2017 to exclusively play PUBG. And now I bought a new one because I'm multitasking a lot and doing a lot of things, such as this thing that we're doing right now. And I just felt
Mhm.
like the performance is not really up there. So I'll send you some pictures once this thing is done. And now you sent me another picture of an LCD screen, and this is the. Um, sorry, give me a second. For whatever reason, I am misplacing these. Copy link address. Here we go. This is a Corsair LCD screen, 14.5 inch. It's something you put on your desk.
Yes, under your monitor, and you can have some stuff in there depending on what your You can have your Discord messages. You can have some whatever
Okay.
you want. It can be also used as a streaming um,
I
screen.
mean, this is almost the same price as the Elgato, like
I
button
mm,
streaming stuff.
I
You
find
can
it
also
amazing. I
maybe you
think
can
it's
put it
amazing.
inside your computer as well, and have
I think
some.
it's
Oh,
amazing.
there you go. Side panel integration.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yes. It's been a long time since I've seen a gadget. I want to try. To be honest.
So interesting enough, what we just saw with the side panel integration on on gaming cases, Lian Li also has something very similar to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, but
It
it can be
is,
used. It's basically a second monitor. It's just that it doesn't take any space because it's under your usual monitor, and it gives you limited information that you might want. You can have your new stream. You can have
yeah.
different things. You could have
Remember
potentially. I could have you on the camera in that little screen while I'm discussing with you. I mean, there are many
that is, I
possibilities.
would say, a good use case.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
We're finally reaching the point where we are in the Matrix. Remember that, the hacker scene where like the operators have like 10,000 monitors.
Yeah. Well, I think the next step is have everything either on your retina or inside your brain. I think that will be the real matrix.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So Manu, let's dive into business.
Hmm.
Um, I think one cool thing, and I know you shared multiple images on that, or links to it. No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Why is that thing hot? And while you're doing and talking about that, I'm gonna try and pull that picture. And I think you're the one who posted that picture, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Because I believe it or not, I like to celebrate successes and not just failures.
You're giving you're parting your wisdom with people. Give me a second. I'm trying to find this. It was Reddit, right? Reddit, No Man's Sky. Um,
Yeah. So basically, there is an image where you see all the updates that have happened in the last 10 years because it's already a very old game. It's like almost PlayStation 4 launch game, if I remember correctly.
it's crazy.
And it's still there. They've not released any other game. Are you have it?
I have the.
Wow.
I don't know if this is like the collectors or whatever you want to call it.
Wow. Nice.
Um, I was like Sean Murray, I believe that's his name, who's the one of the owners or the owner and the director on the game and all that stuff. He was such a salesman, and I think he wasn't like one of those salesmen who like is trained to sell you. He was very natural on stage, so I think a lot of people connected with him, and
Mhm.
at the time, like it wasn't normal to see a normal human being on stage, on that type
Yeah.
of stage as well, right? And when they put that guy out there, he was very like relaxed. He could connect with the audience, and he was talking to gamers. He wasn't talking to like I don't know, to media or other people. He wasn't trained that way. But anyways, I mean, obviously, I was sold. Got this edition. I think I paid at the time $80 or whatever.
Mhm.
There's this awesome. I'm not sure if they continued this, by the way. This is a Dark Horse Comics series they did. Maybe it was a limited run or something like that. Let me know, Manu, if I can make money out of this. Can I become a billionaire if I save this for a couple more years, or I don't know.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
know.
it's good. I have a
Yeah.
Dark Souls 3, also special edition, PlayStation special edition that I keep. Yeah, that's good. So you were a victim of the hype. You were probably
I
very upset
was
at launch.
I was I wasn't upset. It was more like because it was really cool, but it just felt like, and I didn't care about the grind. That wasn't what killed it for me. What killed it for me is I went into space thinking I was able to do a lot more than what I could do, and I'm assuming 10 years later, because I haven't touched it. I've seen some videos here and there, but I haven't touched it since then. I'm assuming today it's a completely different beast, and maybe today is what I would have loved to experience. 10 years ago, I guess, or 15 maybe at this point. I don't know. Do you know when it released first time? This is. I'll have to do that research for you and figure that
Hmm.
out. But and I also want to pull that image. If you can, if you do have it on your hand, that link,
Ah,
please do send it to me. Uh, so I will highlight one thing, and here's what happens sometimes when you have a studio that makes so much money that they're done for life. And that's what happened when I think they, if I'm not mistaken at the time, and at the time this was unheard of for an indie studio as well. And don't forget, this was actually funded by Sony, if I remember correctly as well.
yeah,
Um, I think they sold like 8 or 10 million copies on the first week or so.
yeah.
That's how big the hype was at that
Mm.
time. Um, and that's like that's for life money. So
Hmm.
have they sold anything since they launched? If they
Sorry?
have they sold anything else since launch?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. They keep selling. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
No, no,
that's
no.
that's
Sorry. Have they sold any? Did they do any live service
no,
microtransactions or anything like that, or DLC?
no. Just
So
base game.
everything from day
Yeah.
one has been free until this day.
Well, has been free for who pays. It's not been free, you know.
Okay, got it.
Technically,
Yes,
it's not a free
it's
to play
free for
game.
those who.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I think that is a testament to kind of like the initial success that helped them into this position.
Absolutely. It's still the base price is quite high, you know. It's a $60 game when it's not in discounted.
Why would you want to do that? You wouldn't want to do that, right?
Exactly, but
Yeah,
that shows
I love
that
that.
if you have I mean, I encourage you to look at the latest update.
Yeah.
It's like you can basically control a ship, be inside of a ship with a team. It's starting to look like Star Citizen. I mean, half joking, you know. And Star Citizen is going to be a $1 billion budget game very soon.
So the question becomes, and this is where the pieces will fall in the right place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is, what is
Seriously.
more fun? Where's fun? Where's the fun? So, by the way, you were saying you could drive a ship inside a ship. Is that what you were saying, or something like that?
Yeah,
Or,
you can basically, if I understood correctly, you can have a bigger ship and have like people inside, like a crew. I guess it's a big changer. It's a game changer for the multiplayer part of the game. Remember, it was a single player game at launch also.
yeah, that is
Mm.
correct. I mean, there was
Look.
there was a
This
multiplayer
is new.
aspect. What is it called when you're like, asynchronous? Maybe is that the word? Where you like, you discover something, you might see somebody's like, footsteps or things they might have left behind, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't see the player.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's is it a co-op? Would you say, well, what kind of game is this today?
It's both. You can play alone, as you always have been able to play alone, or you can play it as a survival game. I mean, look at these ships; it's incredible, right?
But what kind of game is No Man's Sky today? Because if you remember when it launched, okay, hey everybody, you are on this planet, you crashed or whatever, you need to repair your ship, and then you need to go to the end of the universe. And then if I remember correctly, you just reach the end, and then everything goes to white or dark or whatever, and
Yeah.
then you restart, kind of thing. But today, what is it?
I think there is still a story, but it has become way more of a sandbox and just simply an exploration game. You just want to explore over and over and over and again the planet and build bigger structure and bigger base and things like that. But I've not played recently. But I think every time there is news about that, you're like, oh, maybe I should reinstall and see where it is right now. You know, that's also interesting. For you can go underwater. It's just it's massive, and it has beaten, I think, its engagement record on Steam for this year, or maybe since launch. I'm not sure if it's since launch or I wrote it actually. Yeah.
Let me see, SteamDB. I'll check that out, and we can look at that. And now they're also doing another game, and we can talk about that soon as well. But
Yeah, they beat the record on Steam since launch. I believe.
are we
Yes.
talking about the all-time peak or?
Yeah. No. Launch is launch, but after launch, post-launch.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Like they were able to, like, go up to the levels of
But
2018.
the previous record was in 2018.
Got it. Yes.
It's
Yes.
massive. It's a massive achievement. It's
You know
really
what's
cool.
interesting here in Manu as well? You can see there is a line that goes pretty, like,
Up. The
yeah,
baseline is going up. Absolutely.
Yep. That's beautiful. Yeah, you can see it here as well.
And you can see the 2 years of desert, basically, when you look at the max, the totality.
Yeah.
After launch, between launch and like the big update that happened in 2018, it was like
a year later.
completely dead.
Yeah.
Then restarted.
This is the image, by the way. Oh, by the way, this is 2017 release. Is that correct?
No, it was released in 2016. Then they started with the content. It is.
Oh, that is the case. Okay, because I believe. Okay, there you go. 2016. That's Sean, by the way. Because if I remember correctly, PS4 was released 2014, roughly, but this was one of the showcase games on the announcement of PS4. But anyways, so I mean, what are there any takeaways from this image that you'd like to highlight or talk about?
I think I'm very happy to see that one developer took the money he got from launch and use it to
Didn't
add more
waste it.
content. You know?
They didn't waste it.
Yeah, or they could have wasted it or not wasted, but then just ask $30 every 6 months. But they didn't. I think it's just a good story that some people, they are okay when they don't need to be the king of the world financially. They're just fine with having enough resource to continue building. Yeah, so just good for them. And I believe they have one or two titles in development in parallel. Just a great story for them.
You know what I'm seeing here as well, Manu, is I'm seeing an IP.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if anything, I would say it's untapped almost. Like there's so much
Yeah,
breadth now,
yeah,
but it's untapped, and they have
yeah.
so much potential if they would
Hmm.
like to explore more.
Absolutely.
Um, I
It's
actually
quite
want
interesting. I don't think
to.
they've made. They might have made a few collabs, but I'm not sure they've made a lot. They've not leveraged that much.
Okay. Uh, because if you remember, I was mentioning there was the Dark Horse comics of
Hmm.
No Man's Sky, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming that was like a one shot, like it wasn't a thing that they continued. But I feel like they have a lot of opportunity to explore the IP in many regards, especially with like with the idea of there's no. It's not like there's a specific character you care about or anything like that. It's more like there's a world, and the world building is almost done, so you can like plot in things as you go.
Yeah. They did a little collab with Mass Effect. They had the Normandy in
Oh,
there in
really?
2021,
I
limited time event, and
oh,
then they did a teamed expedition with Dune in 2021 also. But they've not done anything for the past 3 or 4 years. So I wonder, the question is, are they not interested, or are other IPs not interested to be in No Man's Sky? That's
that's
the
interesting.
question mark.
Oh, what
Maybe we
about
should contact them.
I would love to. I mean, I think I was in contact with them like 10 years ago. Not anymore, sadly. But I would love to. We can, I think getting learnings as well. Like, what have you learned the past 10 years? That would be interesting to. Um, but I will move over to this thing then, which is Light No Fire, which is a Hello Games next game. I'm not sure when this one is releasing. I'll try and find it out for you. Did we speak about this game? Do you remember?
No, but they said something about it, but I don't know much.
But we haven't spoken about it, have we? No. So the major difference is, and here's what I'm seeing, which is really cool about what they're doing, which is they've created this technology. They've created all the systems and elements that they have been using in No Man's Sky, and now we're seeing that being brought back to not necessarily a smaller scale, because you have this singular planet or singular Earth or whatever you want to call it, that is procedural. But maybe this is a way for them to bring more meaningfulness to the player instead of this infinite universe where
Hmm.
when you're jumping, even with all the updates, you might be jumping from planet to planet, but the things are, you can see the patterns more or less. But here, maybe there's a bit more depth,
More story driven. Yes, less
more story
exploration
driven.
and more story driven, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks very unique, I would say as well. I mean, it has its own flavor,
Hmm.
but you can also see clearly the No Man's Sky signature, let's say, if we want to call it that. Um, Maybe there's a lot more adventure and there's a lot more like RPG elements. It feels like looking at this. I'll try to
Yeah.
find some more information. But this was announced last year, was it? Was that correct, or did I miss something?
I don't know. I don't know precisely. I've not looked into the details.
By the way, look at this scene. This is such a No Man's Sky type scene,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
right?
the shape and the colors. Absolutely.
Yes. Anything else you'd like to highlight about Hello Games? Otherwise, I can, if you want me to move over to the next subjects that we have. I mean, there are some things, and you can let me know what you think we should be talking
Yeah,
about. Um,
exactly.
we have. I know you're. I mean, maybe we've spoken about this too much. Should we talk
Probably.
about it, like Roblox again?
No, no, no. No, I want to talk about the PC specs.
About the PC specs for Battlefield.
Yes.
Okay, so what's interesting here is that so this is the story, which is Battlefield 6's modest system requirements open the doors to gamers of all budgets. 6-year-old GPUs meet minimum recommendations. And what's funny here is I'm upgrading my 8-year-old GPU, which is a 1070
Mm-hmm. Oh,
um, that I bought initially to play PUBG. But I could play Battlefield 4 back in the day. It wasn't like a major problem.
yeah.
Obviously, not the highest fidelity,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm really happy that this is a thing they are aware of and are thinking about. But what's your take? Well, why is this important to you?
I made sure they were aware of.
Okay, mic
But
drop. Is that when we like close the show?
no, 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 no. But it's just, I think people are always amazed when they look, wow, the Steam numbers, concurrent players keep breaking record, and everything. Yes, this is true. But have a look at the Steam hardware survey and see what's your typical player. Your typical player on Steam is playing in 1080p. Um, is some of them are still playing on laptop. So when you want to reach a critical mass of many players on a multiplayer game, you need to lower the entry barrier, the hardware entry barrier, and I think that's exactly what Battlefield needs to do, because Battlefield in the past was seen as being an elite, um, hardware
Absolutely.
elite type of game. There are only so many players like that.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
that's
game. It's a game reviewers benchmark hardware on. Let's say.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. But I think we have moved past that. Like super high tech games, they don't sell, or they don't. That's not a selling point anymore. My kids couldn't care less about how beautiful a game is. I think
I agree.
it's the past.
Yeah,
You see again, still a brain rot. You see how terrible it is. Roblox is so awful visually, but it doesn't matter. So I think it's good. I think you have to find a sweet spot between keeping your brand identity, so it's still high class graphics and destruction, physics, ballistic, and things like that. Size of the map, you cannot shrink your maps just for the sake of lowering your min spec. But I still, yeah, I think there is a right point, and we've seen in the past some games that were too ambitious in terms of their minimum specs, and
Crisis.
the result, what?
Crisis.
Yeah, Crisis is a meme as such. No, I'm thinking about, there's been some other games that went too fast into the latest version of the Unreal Engine, which would require an RTX card. And also for Battlefield, they are dropping the RTX feature, the ray tracing. So there is
Really?
no ray tracing in Battlefield 6.
Huh.
So they are consciously removing one of the key selling features of NVIDIA in the past few years for the sake of player accessibility.
Is it because there's no money transfer between the companies? I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was there during the launch of that, demo.
probably.
Yeah,
And what I like is that, first, I think it's a good decision. And second one, it's good that these big companies and big IPs are able to question the norm. Is it good or bad for me that I have ray tracing in my game? What does it bring? What does it cost me versus what does it bring to me?
yeah. What is the what is the upside for the player? Um, I mean, it is
Yeah,
beautiful, no
yeah.
doubt. But
Battle
am I getting? Yeah, go ahead.
Battlefield 5 was a launch title for ray tracing, partnering with, it was part of the first NVIDIA shows about it. So yeah, no, that's good. I think this is where things are going and should be going. One discussion I want to link to that, which is a bit the opposite, and it's a rumor. Marvel Rivals could be coming to the PlayStation 4.
So like because so I'm seeing like what's happening here. Yeah, I mean, what's the reason to upgrade really from a PS4 to PS5 apart from hearing the jet engine of the PS4?
What one of the reasons to upgrade is because PUBG, they just announced that they were stopping development on the PlayStation 4.
Huh.
And Genshin Impact has done the same. So it feels like Marvel Rivals is going the other way around, which I find interesting. So what is the meta here?
You know, it's funny that people have been shitting on Nintendo for such a long time
Mm-hmm.
for not being up to par with the other console
Yeah.
manufacturers, and now Nintendo can finally say, "Oh yeah, we don't need like we were right all the time."
Well, I mean, I'm sure PlayStation made a lot of money because they had visually stunning games.
Yeah,
It's just
totally.
that it has. I think when we've come to the point where the PlayStation and the Xbox are basically PC boxes with the same component, and you don't say anymore Sony advertising that they have better graphics or better performance on the PlayStation. This is not the discussion anymore. The discussion is about the ecosystem and the IPs. That's all. It's tech hardware doesn't matter anymore that much as it was before, where there was like, okay, I'm gonna go 8-bit, or I'm gonna go 16 bits, and I'm 30 to 64. There was this evolution in terms of technology that we are plateauing right now.
No, absolutely. And to your point, I think it's really annoying. So, do you have an iPhone or are you an Android person today?
Android, yeah,
Yeah. On the iPhone, I'm not sure how it is for you, but if you buy everything Apple product, then everything works. You don't have to do anything. You don't
yeah.
have to think. You don't have to think. But every time I want to send, like, I want to put pictures on my computer, the fastest way I realize to do that is send an email to myself.
You
It's
should.
stupid.
I found a workaround. You just
Okay.
send yourself WhatsApp messages and have WhatsApp on
Yeah,
your
that's the way. But then you'll
computer.
probably not get the high quality that you're
Oh
looking
yeah, yeah,
for.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I've been doing that also. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. But
That's such a
despite
stupid
being
thing,
on
right? Like
Apple,
you can't solve
it's
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if you have a MacBook, then automatically you just open it up and it's there in front of you.
yeah, yeah,
You don't even have to do anything.
yeah.
But I think to your point here, then I mean, these kids are growing up with mobile phones, with tablets, and then with the platforms that are telling them that everything is everywhere. So if I'm playing Roblox on the PS5
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm transitioning to the iPad in the car on the way to a journey that we're going to take tomorrow, the kids have all their stuffs. And it just makes sense. Why
I'm
put.
gonna write something about it. Now I
Okay,
have
there
my
you
new
go.
topic.
About Casey's kids taking a trip.
Now about and this actually is something I wrote about a long time ago already. This is the ubiquity of gaming.
Yeah. Um, yes, I'll give. I'll make one more thing here, which is like for those who are listening, Manu is a lot more active these days on LinkedIn, posting articles and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
I got ideas. And
yeah.
and
Absolutely.
I decided I felt like what feels obvious for me might not be obvious for everybody. So sometimes it's good to write on paper what again stating the obvious, but that might not be obvious for everybody. So just
No,
that's
absolutely.
the idea. Mhm.
Or I mean, obviously, people don't have the time for everything to be
Yeah,
the best at everything. So
yeah,
that's a perfect opportunity.
yeah.
Okay, so Manu, how about is there anything else on this list that you feel?
Let me
I
check.
mean, I want to
Yeah,
talk about Silk Song. I'm not sure. Like we spoke a lot about it.
about
Silk Song.
it's today 4 o'clock apparently.
So today is the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good topic. Pricing $20.
Okay,
Why? People are like, why not 40? Because you can.
40, but 30 maybe.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, don't
You
get me
you want
wrong.
you
I'm
want
a
GTA
proponent for.
at 100.
I
You want
support.
GTA at 100.
Yeah. Well, Elden Ring at 100 would be like this, but I would say I mean 30. I mean that's the look that I get from the game for
I'm
me.
I'm I'm
Yeah.
not pushing anything. I'm just
You
there
yeah.
are a lot of opinions. Um What I mentioned is that I think it's weird when you consider that it's part of the Game Pass, because that's barely 1 month of Game Pass subscription. So it's a no-brainer. You buy the game instead of doing the Game Pass subscription. So it's not gonna help Microsoft for sure. I don't think Microsoft is very happy about that, because they would have preferred more premium price so that it feels like people might subscribe instead of buying it. But $20 is a no-brainer for 90% of the people that were interested. There is zero reason to wait for a lower price if you were
Yeah,
barely interested into.
I would agree with you.
I would
So,
say
what are you expecting?
100% wishlist conversion.
Oh, let's see. Steam.
It's the most wishlisted game ever, apparently, and I would say it's gonna
Really?
be the wishlist to conversion, which we cannot measure, unfortunately, will be
Yeah.
the highest ever. I'm pretty sure about that.
Where do I see that, or do I have to be logged in? Is that the
I don't
thing?
know.
Give me a second. Maybe I
There are
can.
platforms where you can see that, but I don't know precisely. But I just know it's the most
Okay.
wishlisted game.
So, and you're predicting 100% conversion on the,
Yeah, 90,
on the.
95, 90, 98.
Oh wow.
Some people are on
Um,
holiday.
so if we remember, the first game sold between 15 to 20 million on Steam only. Do you have any predictions you'd like to discuss in relation
No,
to Silksong?
no, I don't really have numbers. I think the world is different right now, but I think it's gonna be in the library of most players, in the same way that was the first one. I have no plan to buy it right now. I will maybe buy it out of mood rather than anything else. But I think it's interesting to have this price, to be honest, because it also, seriously, if the game is a 90 plus Metacritic game, then it puts it against less qualitative game that might potentially be more expensive. So because I mean, I wrote also about how important this game seems to be for the whole indie market. And I'm like, if they come with an amazing game that's like 20 or 30 hours of great gameplay for $20, that's going to be a hard sell for all the other competitors.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we will see it in the top 10, is what I'm hearing from
Mhm.
you,
Yeah.
on SteamDB. And we already discussed that some games have decided to move away, and some games are kind enough to highlight that, hey, enjoy this update until Silksong comes out.
See you later. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
that was the peak people.
I think, as I wrote also, they can do that because it's a finite experience. Okay, it's not like the next Zelda or the next Elden Ring, where people will be busy for weeks if they are engaged in the game. So
Yeah,
I think it's easy to have that posture in
yeah.
this case.
I guess what you're saying is almost like, I think Monster Hunter. It had a takeover for like, a week, a month,
Hmm.
whatever it was, and then nobody's talking about that game anymore, unfortunately. But I'm sure they're updating it. But I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Um,
Talking of Monster Hunter, there is another piece in there that's absolutely linked to what you just said. So one of the
okay.
problem of Monster Hunter is actually not the content itself, it's the fact that it's been explained. So it completely disappeared in
Yeah.
terms of engagement.
Yeah. But they
There is
broke
no
records though,
breath.
right?
There
They
is no
broke
breath,
records.
commercial breath in the game.
Yeah.
Where is it? I think
So,
is the news just there? Like
no,
PS5
I'm showing it.
prices. Yeah.
I'm showing it. The PS5 price is an unexpectedly large barrier for Monster Hunter Wild sales. But wait a second. But they did break records, right? With Monster Hunter Wilds.
At launch, yes.
Initial sales 10 million units. Yeah. And that was their internal goal. But I can see the relationship here, of course. I mean, this is the first or the only console, if you can remind me, generation where the prices increased.
Yes.
Your words, right?
You know what is the other rumor? Is that they will decrease the size of the hard drive of the PlayStation 5 Slim.
To kind of like bring down the price, but that's
No,
like
no.
just
Why?
decrease it.
Yes, to decrease the cost, but not the price. Which, if it's true, it's like you have a digital console, you are trying to push for more digital, and then you decide to reduce the disk space for the same price.
Yeah,
What are you telling to to the players. So it's a rumor. I want to see if it's confirmed, but maybe just an 800 gigabyte hard drive is cheaper than 1 terabyte
That's
disk.
I mean, you barely can install any games on
Yeah,
a
it's
hard drive.
terrible. Yeah.
I mean, and don't even like I guess don't even think about installing Call of Duty, which is like 300 gigs or something like that if you want the entire experience.
But
Yeah,
they could even go the Nintendo way, which means that you can buy a PlayStation 5 with no disk space, nothing, but you can very easily add the equivalent of a memory card, which would be an SSD. That's another way to sell a like super light version of the PlayStation.
Manu. We need this. When are we gonna get a new PS Vita? I don't understand. Like, I feel like this is such a huge opportunity for them to do
Yeah.
this, and just like go the Nintendo route, do this thing. I love this thing, by the way, and obviously it was over engineered with a lot of cool stuff like cameras and back side touchpads and all that stuff, but I feel like it's a missed opportunity. And they did release that version where you can only play at home. You're streaming the games. You're not like it doesn't run them natively. But I do feel like that's a huge opportunity for them to go into that route, especially today. And considering, like you mentioned before, when you were talking about platforms and Roblox and all these things, I mean, hey, I can play my games everywhere and be part of any ecosystem.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other things that you'd like to talk about then?
And just for Monster Hunter, let's not forget that the PC version is kind of broken, so that doesn't help. So it's they've promised a significant update, but it's not coming until Q4, I believe. So
wow.
And also the way it's framed is like the PS5 price is a large barrier. It kind of feel like people need to buy a new console for Monster Hunter Wilds. So I think it's also a bit extreme to consider your game as a system seller, basically. Yeah.
By the way, tell me. I mean, so my situation was very unique. The only reason I stopped playing Monster Hunter was because I lost my save, which kind of lost me almost like I think 40 hours of gameplay time, and it just kind of like I didn't have the energy or the time to go back and grind.
Yeah.
But I would love to know, from your point of view, why was there such a huge drop off of that game?
I don't know. I've not played it. I think usually it's always because of the end game. If the end game is not compelling, the players are not staying. So I think that's probably based on that. I don't know enough the game to understand what mechanics are not resonating to the players. But it's usually more based on the end game, and on PC specifically, it's more about it's not that much playable. And seriously, the fact that you lost a save, it
is what it is.
It's a deal breaker for me. It would be the same.
I mean, they already got my money though.
Yeah.
So I should probably sue just to.
I'm already upset when I play the demo of a game, and then when the game releases, I have to start again what I did in the demo.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this is a huge, like, this is probably the biggest drop off of any game of all time. Like going from an all peak of 1.3 or almost 1.4 million to just having a 24-hour peak of 30,000 on Steam. Very, very interesting.
That's the kind of
go ahead.
That's the kind of curve you see with new IPs. A lot of, but this is not a new IP. It is supposed to be a strong fan base. Can you just check what's Monster Hunter World doing on Steam in comparison?
Interesting enough, if you just write monster, then that game pops up first. So Monster Hunter Worlds peaked at 330,000 roughly all-time users, and then the 24-hour peak is roughly 20,000. But you could argue there's a lot of updates and content that they've released
Well,
since.
there was the big DLC in 2020, the winter thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think in 2024 it might be the hype for the.
You think so?
Also, no, maybe there was some live service
Return
stuff,
to
but
World
yeah,
One,
yeah, exactly.
Humble
But you
Bundle.
see, even between 2018 and 2020, it was not so flat as it is right now. You see,
Yeah,
at the beginning, before post
yeah,
launch,
absolutely.
yeah. Mm.
It's actually confusing why they don't. I'm not sure if they do. Like Monster Hunter is not necessarily like a live service title in the same vein that we think about, like live service game. They do have an in-game shop and all that type of stuff, but it's interesting that they don't like do these I don't know, bigger updates or like bigger impactful content releases for the titles. They just move on to the next one. That's what it feels like, though. I'm not sure if that is true. Yeah. Um, but you can see here. So the game, like Wilds has, sorry, not Wilds, World has over the past 10 years, roughly ish, 65 DLCs. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe, and sorry, the deal that doesn't count. 65 DLCs here is defined as like a dance or something like that. So these are not like heavy things.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's true.
yeah. Okay, Manu, I think I mean we had some awesome conversations today. I unfortunately have other things to go to, and I'm sure you're also busy. Really appreciate your breakdowns of these things. It was fun talking to you. And again, just a reminder for everybody who's listening, please do like, subscribe, do all these things that we ask you to do. That would be really appreciated. That helps us greatly in propagating the show. And with that being said, we are looking forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good